Hearts2Hearts The Chase is simultaneously the best and most disappointing K-pop song I've listened to in a while. H2H was a group I wasn't following at all. I was trying my best to stay out of the loop until suddenly rumbles of a new SM girl group started forming. I saw some of the pre-debut images and trailers, but H2H didn't look like they had anything interesting going on for them, despite being an SM group. So I wasn't expecting to follow up on them at all. I mean, we have Red Velvet and aespa at home, what more could I need from SM? Anyway, I was completely shut up on the 22nd when we got a teaser for H2H's debut song, The Chase. And sheesh, all of a sudden I was reeled in. I mean, glittery Atlanta bass, great vocal tones, writing and production from the likes of Flo and Kenzie. I was sold at an instant. The prospects were definitely exciting. I waited the longest 2 days of my life, and then the music video finally released. I pressed play on the song, I'm still hooked. The production is peak SM quality and everything sounding well textured and expertly layered. The song starts off with the nostalgic bass and beautiful roads that carry the intro. The Atlanta bass pulls through with the first verse for one of the most addictive, trancing melodies I've ever heard. I could get that entire section tattooed onto my brain. It is disgustingly catchy. One thing I have to note here is that I really love the vocals here and they sound so good, but I feel we didn't get enough of it. When I think of SM groups, I think of big, grandiose vocal flexes, and they didn't really showcase much of that here. I mean, this is just their debut song, so I'm sure we'll get more as time goes on. I'm just saying, where's our Wendy shine on me moment? So yeah, everything is going buttery smooth, and then that pesky chorus. I watched in real time a song get completely ruined by yet another anti-chorus, and that may have been my final straw. I mean, I'm crawling out of my KT hole just to rant about this. That singular choice alone conceived such a disheartened feeling in me. I feel like an unsatisfied parent. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. And believe it or not, contrary to what everyone else is saying, this song is anything but lazy or boring. We have all the hallmarks of a classic SM song: high expansive production quality, soulful vocals, hearty layering. Best of all, we don't skimp out on a bridge and actually commit to making a song above 3 minutes with an ending that pops. Something most modern K-pop songs are missing. All this to say, this song cares. It's obvious it cares, but what is lazy? What is boring is the soul-crushing decision to shove an anti-chorus into this song, and that unfortunately sullies virtually every other section of the song by proxy, validating everyone on Twitter saying this is a snooze-worthy debut. So why does an anti-chorus kill the song? Simple, the song doesn't earn it. The technique has been sullied over the years, but the anti-chorus originally serves as a way to break the traditions of your standard song, dissipating the build-up for a satisfying release. To achieve the proper anti-chorus, there has to be some element of tension and release, going from either high-energy verses or a rampant pre-chorus build-up to a sparse chorus that pulls back. And let me tell you, there is not a single moment of tension in the first half of this song. The pre-chorus section is just a glorified verse that just shoves you into the deep end that is the abruptness of the chorus. This song should be exploding, not dragging us into a deeper lull. To prove my point, I made my own rearrangement of the section that shows proper build-up and flow. I showed it to my non-K-pop friends with no hint of which version was the original. I asked them which version they thought was the original and which version they thought was better, and without fail, my version was chosen for both, without bias. I'll give you guys a little listen, but due to copyright, I'll have to heavily splice the hell out of this, so if you want the proper experience, I'll put a streamable link to the uncut version in the description. And maybe, just maybe, this would all be excusable if the chorus were any good, but it's not even that. The production does nothing, it's painfully generic with some really subpar top lining. I mean, the girls don't even sound good here, they're just basically whispering at you in the most grating tone. And when we finally get that explode moment for the post-chorus, it still manages to do nothing, giving us a glorified instrumental break with only some of the same ad-libs and extra harmonies. I don't know what this trend is of adding anti-choruses to songs that objectively cannot survive off them, but we see it all the time. Vampire by Itzy, X-Love, I'm a Bee, w.i.s.h, none of these songs are bothering to earn it anymore. It's ruining songs that should be amazing. I mean, do you know how much of a banger Vampire by itzy is after arguably some of their worst string of tracks? Yet, even that song manages to stifle itself with a generic drop of talk singing. It's maddening. Worst of all, you can see how good the chase could have been during the bridge. The last third of the song is just amazing. We get a proper bridge, we get a verse to hype you up, and then we get a sultry break that perfectly introduces the hook in a more melodic fashion, finally building into a proper chorus that explodes. This is the song we should have got, and it is so disappointing to see how close we got yet how far we remained. I could ramble about this for another 5 minutes, but honestly I think it's best to end my thoughts here. I want this video to be more of a conversation about this downward trending K-pop rather than some definitive answer, because the definitive answer is already apparent. Stop this madness. Let music be music again. Not everything has to drop into TikTok audio territory. Give us proper choruses, but I'm not expecting that anytime soon. I know I've said some pretty negative things here, but I'm genuinely excited for Hearts2Hearts. Their potential is insane. If you don't believe me, listen to Butterflies. These are Red Velvet's daughters. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Did you like the song? Did you hate it? Do you see the vision but not the execution? I look forward to everyone's thoughts. Thank you for watching. Haigato out.